Just on 7:45, and good morning from, again, I'm saying it once more, a very, very sunny TT Grandstand. We're here at the Sure Shop at the back of the TT Grandstand, and we thank them once again. They'll be open very shortly for all your mobile and technological needs, and it's way beyond my capabilities. Christy de Haven, good morning to you, madam.
Good morning to you, Chris Kinley.
How was your fruit and fibre breakfast? All right, was it?
How very dare you? That's an in-joke, and we're not going to go there.
You had fruit and fibre breakfast, and I brought some milk for you so you could have it. I'm not impressed you having sugar on it. Not impressed.
Leave it out, Chris. How was yesterday then? Because I managed to actually get out and see some racing. He's so rude. I managed to get out and see some racing at last. I managed to get down to the Craig and watch the Super Stock. It was absolutely Super Sport rather. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it was good. Where about in the Craig? Were you just up from the Craig the bar itself?
No, we walked all the way through the field and down and sort of across the hedge, laid across the hedge there.
Oh, on the exit?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's a bit tight.
Fantastic.
You obviously can't get as close on the exit as what you used to be able to, because obviously it's all prohibited area for good reason.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And speaking of prohibited areas, I seen a picture on social media yesterday that somebody put on of spectators on the track yet again.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, ladies, boys, girls, and also the parents of people putting their kids up on the rector bale so they could see.
Yeah.
Dear me. Come on, common sense, please. You would not have... Let's put an example. You would not have an open fire in your house. Say to your kid, here, look, go and put your hand in there. Would you? You wouldn't do it. Yeah, bonkers, the lot of you.
Well, there was someone just before the race started ran onto the road at the Craig as well, and the marshals had to shout at them and tell them to get off. But the crazy thing about it was you could tell the people who come to the TT regularly that were incensed by the fact this guy was on the road. But then you had people who've obviously not been before that were saying, "Oh, just leave him alone. Let him be." But they just don't understand.
No, because we've got one of the traveller marshals on the minute, Tony Duncan and them, and all them lads are going around doing a job, checking the track out. And one of them could come down if that guy runs out on the road as one of the boys comes down the road. You don't even want to think what will happen, because he'll hit the spectator. The travel marshal will be off the bike. There's a lot of people around. That bike will go into the crowd, and there'll be an absolute disaster. So please, we've said this every time, just enjoy it. If you're here for the first time, and if you're not sure, just ask the marshals. That's what they're there for, to help you. I love the days when we had bobbies on each corner. That was the way forward, wasn't it? Speaking of Bobby, Sergeant Andy Reid, I can call you Bobby. Am I allowed to do that still? Is that?
Yeah. It's a nice term.
Yeah, a peeler. We'll call you a peeler, because that's what they were called years ago. Do you remember that? Do you remember those days?
I do.
John Cordwell,
the peelers.
John Cordwell does.
Yeah, my past. I worked in London, so. Went to Hendon and saw the statue of Robert Peel outside. So.
He's the guy who invented the hat, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That was the big hat they used to get up to stand on. I could get one of them to see over the crowds.
I love that. Robert Peel was the man that invented the hat.
Yeah, well,
I don't think he was for the cops, in general, but
yeah. And he's obviously got Peel, so there's a Manx connection there, isn't
there? There you go.
And John Caldwell, JC, good morning.
Good morning, fella, you all right?
I'm good. Where were you yesterday?
Yeah.
Where were you yesterday? Anywhere nice?
Aggos and Quarterbridge yesterday.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, crowds are great. They're just... people coming and enjoying it. A lot of first-time TT virgins, as they like to be called. They're enjoying it, and they were just blown away by the speed of people coming down there.
Did you see the Prince?
No. Was he singing Purple Rain or something?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was all right. He was hanging around up here.
It's great, actually, doesn't it? Do you know what
I
mean? The publicity that's generated out of that, and the goodwill he's generated yesterday around TT, and seeing the old fella down at Joey Dunlop House.
Yeah,
he's made up in it, that guy. Do you know what I mean? And everybody else who saw him round here.
Because he was round here talking to a lot of people. Obviously, the helicopter landed in the old Victoria Road prison there, and then he came up with the car and the governor and met the chief constable, etc., and came up. And then the crowd that are on where the start line is, they have all the sets of riders and everything. And he was stood talking to all the riders. I spoke to a lad who moved up from the new Manx Grand Prix last year, Jonathan Perry.
Yeah.
And he went and spoke to Maria Costello, MBE. And then Jonathan thought, hang on a minute, he's coming my way. So Jonathan, at this point, as his leather's all down, because he's roasting hot up there, with his chest all out with his back protector on. He thought, I better just smart myself up like this. He zips himself up like that. As he's zipping himself up, somebody's taking a picture of him, and it looks like he's about to go to the toilet. And so he's got a picture of him. So the picture that was on social media yesterday, the boys in the prize presentation, which was very well attended last night, by the way.
Excellent.
We're taking the Mickey out of him mercilessly, but it was good last night. The security guys were keen as mustard to give him the space, and a lot of people did. A lot of people surprisingly got to speak to him, shake hands, and say, "How you doing? How was the stag night with your brother and all that?" That's the question I'd have asked.
And that's the nice thing. That's the nice thing over here, isn't it? It's a very safe place for them to be here, and for people to be near them as well.
Okay. Yeah. What message have we got this morning, Andy, for the people? Obviously Thursday, lots going on. There's lots going on every day, isn't it? It's an unrace day.
It's an unrace day. Yeah. The sun's out. We're coming to the end. Some people are going home. And
bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
TT Blues setting in.
TT Blues settling, yeah. And just stay safe, keep calm on the roads. You know, if you're going out for that last trip round the track,
don't make it your last.
Don't make it your last. Yeah, ride to your limits, and be safe. I want everybody to go home and look back at this TT with fondness and enjoyment, and not with sadness.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, please do that today. Just respect our island's roads and respect the locals that are on the roads, going about, like we said before, doing their daily business, getting to and fro to work, etc., etc. John Caldwell, I mean, I'm sure you've seen all sorts of denominations and all sorts of religions and stuff down in the church the last couple of weeks, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's been people from all over. Just like you say, everybody, human beings, all come together, having a great time at the TT.
Do you ever get TT week? Obviously, you've still got to continue your pastoral duties. Is that the right word? Is it pastoral?
Yeah. Sorting one or two things out.
Yeah, you've got to do that. But do you ever get people from across who come over with a bit of trouble, just knock on your door, or they come down to church, can have a little chat?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I mean, past years we've had people who've seen an accident on the mountain and stuff like that come and talk to us. We have somebody whose parent is over here who's not very well at the moment, helping them out a little bit with some support. Various other things that go on. It just it doesn't stop. So TT's on top of all of that. But and there's plenty of people around. People can sit down and have a cup of tea and have a natter with. Talk at one of the medics last night who've been dealing with an incident yesterday. It's just a quick chat. They just want to tell you what they've seen and what they've done.
They want to offload what they've seen.
And of course, it's all in confidence. It goes no further. But they just want it out the head. They just want to give it to somebody else and share it a little bit. So, but TT's been great on it. I was thinking about Roy Moore's things you've done around the course, and mountain memories. And in another 30, 40 years, what will those mountain memories be like when we're looking back on this TT? The history that's being made and the records that have been broken. This has been one of the best TTs ever.
Really special.
And tomorrow's senior race day, and it's a huge occasion. And as you say, everybody just stay safe, stay sensible. We get away early, go for a pint afterwards, and celebrate what it really has been, an incredibly good festival. And enjoy the racing. I don't know how it's quite. I'm sure it will do. TT just has its own way of writing these magnificent stories into history, doesn't it, about racing? Who just said how many lap records had gone this week?
Put a fiver on that, the bookies, eh?
And race winners, a couple of first time Hickman winning his first race, and all of a sudden there's a new scutch. That's a good man's word, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Of people coming up that are finding out how to win at a TT. Once they get that experience, we're in for an exciting time with it all.
Yeah.
Certainly are. 2 races obviously tomorrow. The second sure sidecar race. And of course the big one, the senior TT, for that big trophy that they want to try and get. Guys, listen, enjoy the rest of the day. John, thanks for popping down. I'm going to try this afternoon and walk the dogs down, so have some cake for the dogs.
And we're partying tonight, I think.
Are we?
We did say.
Oh, we are, we
did say Thursday.
There's a band on down the thing called A Whole Lot of Rose. I wouldn't mind going to see.
Great
band.
That
sounds good.
So we'll organise that. I'll give you a buzz later. And Andy, give us your number and we'll get out. Bring your wallet, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Bring your wallet, okay? Don't go
on police expenses.
Yeah, don't go flashing. No flashing your disco cards to get free beer either. Anyway, so that's been John and Andy in this morning. Coming up on the chat show, we have got Gareth Davis, Lizzie Ginvig, Dave Hagan, and Tony Duncan. We're going to talk race organisation and a bit of background towards these guys who sit, well, in places that we will never get to, and they organise how the Isle of Man TT races and the Festival of Motorcycling get organised. That's after 8 o'clock. News with